Okay, now we're going to show you how to do a complete exterior video for a PCR. And remember, there's a lot of detail that we want to cover in this. And I'll give you some examples of most of those details, and you'll need to be on the lookout for the details you want to cover in your PCR. So let's get started. Okay, this is 3575 Dunes Road in Palm Beach Gardens. Today's date is October the 2nd, 2012. This is Todd Breen doing an exterior PCR video. And in this video, I will document for you the condition of the interior paint job that needs some work. We've also got a lot of cleaning to do on the inside. And there's some exterior maintenance that's deferred that we need to address, such as the driveway asphalt needing to be resealed and etc. So that said, let's get started. From here you can see that the roof and roof line is in good condition. The turbine is spinning freely, which is a nice thing to see. Also, the grounds appear to be well kept. The lawn does not need mowing. There are some weeds in the grass. You can see the little flowers coming up. And that driveway needs to get resurfaced with the asphalt coating, or it will deteriorate rapidly. Also, the sidewalks are very black with mold. We might want to consider doing a pressure cleaning on those. All right, so you notice that I've just done a series of still shots. I haven't been constantly moving. It's still with like turning at the waist. So these are some techniques you want to watch. Now let's go ahead and walk up the driveway. You also noticed we did not park in the driveway, because then that makes it impossible for us to document the condition of the driveway. We make a lot of bond claims on driveways for like oil stains, radiator stains and such. So I would move over here and say the driveway has no stains on it. It does, however, need to be resurfaced. Also, there's some parking ruts in the side yard from people parking there, which is permitted in this neighborhood, and believe it or not, it's a feature in this neighborhood. We purposely chose a 50-year-old home for this PCR training so that you could show all of these defects, because there's plenty of defects on homes this age. So here we are looking at the carport floor. It looks like there's gray paint on top of a rust-colored paint, and we're documenting that with a still shot. I'm also seeing some stains right here that look to be either oil or radiator related. So those will need to be cleaned or painted. The condition of the exterior paint job, you can see on the doors here that there's a lot of handprints on the doors. And so those are going to need to be cleaned. Also, there's just a lot of bugs that need to be swept off of the exterior. We have a lot of cracks in the stepping stones as we go along the side of the house. Very uneven stepping stones here. In my opinion, this is a liability. The owner needs to get these reset or removed to provide a safe walking environment. These trees are barely trimmed up to height. We want to be able to walk underneath a tree and never hit a limb for liability purposes. You can see that there's kind of a weed growing over the chain link fence on this side of the property. There's some general items left that need to be removed. And the outside is where we show the condition of screens. In this case, the screen is there. It's broken, damaged, bent, and it's not there. So we would show that the screen is not on the window and it needs to be replaced. Another thing to look for on the exterior is these soffit vent screens, because if they're not there, here in Florida, we have termites that'll fly into your attic space. Now, at some point in the backyard of a single-family home, you want to walk out pretty far and do a look back at the back of the house. Again, we're going to feature the roof line, the turbine, the condition of the roof and shingles, and etc. And that's what we're doing at this segment of the video. We're also going to do slow pans with still shots on various angles of the landscaping while we're back here. If anything needs to be trimmed, we would comment on it. It's a good time and place to operate your sliding screen doors if you have any, and document whether or not they slide. Also, if there's any tears in exterior screens, now's the time to show them. That needs to be rescreened. Again, we have a lot of bugs that have nested on the wall. We need to clean those off. Now, mind you, this is a PCR, and I know you guys are going to get your properties in great shape before you do these videos. In this case, we're trying to just illustrate the point. This home has actually been moved out of and not made ready, so there's a lot more things to document. Screens are in good shape. This screen is missing. There's a Rude Achiever 10 super high efficiency air conditioning unit. And we've had a number of these get stolen, so getting the model and serial number is always a good idea. Again, the Soffit vents are in good shape. Now, when you're filming like this, come on in underneath here and I'll show you. If you get bright sky and dark under the roof, you can't see a thing under the roof. So if you move to get the bright sky out of your footage, you can actually focus on that screen. So make sure that you don't get one part of your screen really bright as you show another part, or that footage isn't really doing what you hoped it would. This screen is torn out right here, so it needs to be repaired. Looks like the tenant just threw the landscaping rubbish here in a pile, so this needs to be removed. We've got a vine growing on the house. That needs to be removed. So this is kind of a combination exit inspection or final bond inspection or a PCR type video. All right, then again, we've got more landscaping touching the side of the house, so we want to go ahead and remove that. Now you'll notice I'm not taking really good care with my video to get smooth footage, because this is really not being used right here. The only thing I am being careful of is to not just routinely swing the video around for no good reason. Now I'm at 7.5 minutes, so while we're here, I might choose to do the exterior laundry room. And if I did, it would be, this is the exterior laundry room. The paint on the floor is in poor shape. The door has a triangular patch on the bottom, some peeling paint, lots of dirt and smudges and marks. You can see just how heavy these smudge marks are. Okay. Looks like the owner left some spare tiles here. There's a screen here, a couple more screens up there. We're unsure of their exact whereabouts. If you didn't open up cabinets, then you can do it on the fly. You show the condition of each shelf, and that shows the functionality of the cabinet doors. There's debris left in here that needs to be removed. Lock sets and spare parts. There's knobs missing on these cabinets. So those knobs need to be replaced. We could document the condition of the washer and dryer. It's a Maytag. Here is the make, model, and serial number, and the condition of the drum, no rust. Here is the water heater, make, model, and serial number. It's an A.O. Smith. It appears in good shape. There's some gas and paint in here. Here's the condition of the Maytag. It's a matched set. Got some marks, some dirt on the lid. Needs to be cleaned. There's a lot of debris around the surface of it. However, the tub is in good shape. The tag is right here. You don't want to get a lot of light on those tags or it's hard to read the numbers. Okay, so now we'll keep going around the front of the house until we're done. You can see a section of the driveway is caved in. Ideally, I would have caught that on the first pass so that we don't have to go back and put it on the driveway. But if you do occasionally notice something and you want to add it back to a segment you've already done, that's okay. Just don't make it a habit. We're missing both the large screens on the bay windows in the living room. The door has some marks. It looks like there used to be a screen door here, and it's missing. Got some corrosion on the exterior light fixture. The paint on the house numbers is fading. Okay, here's a sprinkler timer. Okay. Looks like there was a bougainvillea here that was trained on these sticks. However, it's fallen over and it needs to be trimmed up. Again, the screens are in good shape unless otherwise noted. Here's one more look at this side of the house. There's a direct TV satellite dish. And now that concludes the exterior portion of our PCR video at 3575 Dunes Road by Todd Breen.